And I prayed a prayer and I spoke to God basically saying this: God, if you really want me to play this sport, let me know, because I really don't want to do this right now. But if you truly want me to play this sport in your name, I'll continue playing this sport for you, God, if I score a touchdown tomorrow. A few yards from the coach, and all of a sudden I hear, tell Marquel to throw you the football on a slant. So I run my little slant route. I'm right in the end zone. The quarterback throws the ball. What is going on, y'all boys? It's Kam Joseph back here with another video today, y'all boys. And today I'll be telling you guys how God used football to save my life. Now, some of you may know my story, but I haven't told you guys the full gist of it. I've said it a few times with my YouTube channel. You guys may not know the entire story. I'm breaking down my whole career from when I started playing football to where we are today. And I truly hope this video inspires you guys on this journey, because that's the purpose of this video, to tell my story and hope that my story inspires some of you young kids out there hoping to pursue football. But without further ado, let me tell y'all where it all began. Now, I started playing football in the first grade, and I'm not gonna lie, I did not want to play the sport at first. My mom kind of forced me to play the sport. Thank you to my mom, because we wouldn't have been here today if it wasn't for her forcing me. When it came to playing the sport, I did not enjoy it at first, because them boys had me on the O-line and D-line blocking, man. I wanted to be a running back when I was a kid and run the ball. And back in first, second grade, man, you over here seeing your homeboys run the ball, score touchdowns, but I'm over here blocking. Ain't nobody want to do that. But my dream back then was to have the ball in my hands and score a touchdown. And I got that opportunity come sixth grade year. They switched my position to tight end, and you already know your boy got his first tutty in his first year of playing that position. And honestly, that moment was so real. I still can't believe it today. I still remember when that 10-yard out route, catching the ball, looking on the open field and seeing nobody there and just starting to run. My little legs was moving and I went into the end zone and scored. That was the best feeling I've ever felt. And ever since then, I've fallen in love with that feeling. But seventh grade is when my love for the sport completely changed. Now, I wasn't the best at the sport. I was tall, kind of skinny, and nobody was really messing with me for real. I was getting bullied by my teammates, and I was getting bullied at my school. I didn't have too much confidence back then like I do today. And I had anger issues, so I was just an easy target, and I couldn't fight. So come eighth grade year, I got tired of all the bullying and everybody trying to come at me. So the day before my second game, I contemplated just stopping playing football after this. And I prayed a prayer and I spoke to God basically saying this: God, if you really want me to play this sport, let me know, because I really don't want to do this right now. Everybody's coming against me. Everybody's bullying me, God. I don't want to do this at all. But if you truly want me to play this sport in your name, I'll continue playing this sport for you, God, if I score a touchdown tomorrow. So it was the next day, and the day didn't start off too well. I was actually supposed to start this game, and my mom brought me to the game late, so my coach said I wasn't starting. So I sat through all 4 quarters of the game, just standing next to the coach, ready to hear my name be called. Now, the Bible speaks on having a mustard seed of faith, and that's exactly what I had out there. Although whether or not I didn't know I would be put out there to score a touchdown, I was still prepared. I had my helmet on and I was standing right next to the coach. And despite not seeing the results yet, I still had the faith. A few yards from the coach, and all of a sudden I hear, Kam! I look around. He says, Kam, you! He calls me over. I run over to him and he tells me this: Kam, tell Marquel to throw you the football on a slant. I said, what? He said, tell Marquel to throw you the football on a slant. Marquel is the quarterback. So I run over to the huddle and I tell them boys, Coach said, throw me the football on a slant. The whole huddle was like, what? I said, Coach said, throw me the football on a slant. And it was like, oh, all right. So I run out there. I'm the Z receiver. I line up and I'm like, God, whew, let's see what happens, God. So I run my little slant route. I'm right in the end zone. The quarterback throws the ball. It's an interception. But wait, it doesn't stop there. The ball bounced right out of his hands into mine, and I scored the touchdown. Now, the crazy part about this, it was actually a 2-point conversion, but who cares? I did it, man. Right there, I looked up into the sky. I knew my confirmation was right there. I saw that God truly noticed me and he wanted me to continue doing this. So from there, I dedicated playing this sport for him. Now, though I understood my God-given purpose at this point, my journey was still not easy. Walking through these high school walls, I was confident, but I was still trash. Your boy was still skinny. I was about 5'10", and I ran routes in slow motion. If you guys remember my routes in speed from back then, I was horrible. I didn't have that much confidence, but I was still hungry to get better and improve. And through this hard work, I was finally able to make varsity at the end of my freshman year. I just didn't get any playing time. Now on to my sophomore year, a new coach came. And in my mind, this was my opportunity to ball out and go crazy. And honestly, my sophomore year was a step up from my freshman year. I had limited PT because the coach wanted to put the seniors over me, but that didn't stop me from putting the work in. So after the season was over, I was putting that work in and ready to go. But as you guys know, March of 2020, everything came crashing down and COVID ended my spring season early. Bro, I think those kids Can't hear me right now. I think I'm about to switch the location, bro. They talking a little too much. All right, so we moved a little bit up more on the field. I think we good right here. And during this COVID period is when everything started to take off. And it started with meeting my trainer, Coach Helam. Now, for those of y'all that knows Coach Helam, I speak on him highly as much as I can. For those of y'all that don't know, Coach Helam was my trainer in my early years of high school football. He took my game to the next level, and he was more than a trainer. He was my mentor. He helped me build my confidence as a player. And through his training, I saw my skill level get better and improve even more. And that's why I constantly talk to you guys about the importance of getting a trainer. Because if it wasn't for him, I would not be here today. And I'm truly grateful for all the progress that I made, because it wouldn't be possible without him. During this time of COVID and training with Coach Helam, that's when my social media also started to blow up. Around this time, I started posting more TikToks and YouTube videos doing 7-on-7s and 1-on-1s in my area. Real ones remember these days. Those videos back then used to go crazy. And one of these videos, we even went against Travis Hunter. The real ones remember that video. This was before the whole Jackson State thing. He was a 5-star committed to FSU. And he was the cousin of one of my teammates, and that's how I met him. He's actually from around the same area as me. And he moved to Georgia when he went to high school. It's just amazing to see the person that he became today. The day after going against Travis Hunter, Destroy hosted a 7-on-7 and some 1-on-1. After a crazy amount of months, we were finally able to play football again for only 2 games. And then my junior year ended. My junior football season was over, but that doesn't mean my junior year was over. And during that junior year, I transferred to the powerhouse in the area. And I played spring football there, and everything was pretty cool. Now, I had to step my game up even more at this school because they had dogs. I wasn't the top dog like I was at my old school, so I had to come here ready to play. And after my junior year was over, that's when we went into the summer of going into my senior year. Now, in this summer of going into my senior year, I was training and working out, doing everything I needed, going to camps. And a specific camp is one of the reasons you guys are watching this video today, the FAU camp. Now, for those of y'all that don't know about the FAU camp, basically what I did at this camp, I pulled up to this camp, mic up, and I'm walking in there with the camera to the side, walking up. Coach is looking at me. They not saying nothing though. They not paying no attention to me. I'm walking in there with the mic, warming up, training, doing everything I need. And I'm not gonna lie, I was balling out this camp. I went into that camp, did my thing. I got some tips from a guy named Hines Ward. When I said that in the TikTok, so many people were heated. Y'all, I know who Hines Ward is. It's just a little trick on words to make the video do a little better. And that's exactly what happened. So after that camp, I posted the YouTube video and I was like, yo, I went crazy. I might come out with an offer. I forgot to say it previously, but FAU, when I was at my previous school, they actually showed some interest in me. So when I showed the videos to my coach, he was happy about it. He was like, oh shoot, okay, let's get this out there. And when the FAU coaches saw it, they weren't too happy about it. It wasn't the best decision I could have made in that moment. But we live and we learn, and we had to move on from that mistake. It was a combination of trying to become a content creator and a football player, and you have to learn some type of balance. And I should not have mic'd myself up at that FAU camp without permission. And I have learned my lesson. But yeah, that's the explanation of the FAU incident. And after that, it was finally time for my senior year. And my senior year was all right. It wasn't the greatest thing on earth. It was all right. I really feel like I took my high school football years for granted because it's something I truly miss till this day. My senior year, we had 6 senior receivers that were all talented, and I was rotating with all these guys. So I didn't get too much film or anything crazy like that, but I still had film from my previous school, so I had something to work with. And after my senior football season was over, I didn't have too many offers. It was just around D2 and D3 schools, no D1. And the goal was to go D1. A lot of my teammates had D1 scholarships, and I was competing against these guys in practice, and I was beating them out in a lot of my reps. Who's to say I didn't have what it took to go D1? And around this time is when another incident happened. Travis Hunter committed to Jackson State. And the crazy thing is this comes full circle because my goal was to go to Jackson State before Travis Hunter committed. So it was like, damn, Travis Hunter going to Jackson State? I wanted to go to Jackson State because Coach Prime there. But overall, I was just happy to see like, dang, okay, that's cool right there for HBCUs. And that's one of the main reasons I ended up choosing my HBCU. Now, for those that don't know, HBCU stands for Historically Black College University. HBCUs are basically colleges that were founded by black people because they couldn't go to regular colleges, PWI. So towards the end of my senior year, I was looking at my D2 and D3 offers and brushed them to the side and said, you know what? I got 2 options. I can either go to North Carolina A&T or Jackson State. Now, Jackson State, great football program, but what if Coach Prime leaves there? North Carolina A&T, their football team is decent and it's a pretty great school. So weighing over my options, I chose to go A&T. And I'm not gonna lie, there was pros and cons to this decision. You guys are gonna hear about it later. But my goal at A&T was to pave a way through my content the same way Coach Prime and Travis Hunter was doing at Jackson State. And that did not work out. Now, summer after my senior year, I chose to go to A&T. And these coaches had no idea who I was. I emailed them, got no response, so I had to go to their camp to show them who I was. And I balled out at the camp and recorded it. But I learned my lesson last time and I didn't mic myself up. I made sure to ask for permission to post the video and got that permission. And I want you guys to know this, when you don't have an offer to a school, what you're going to have to do sometimes is walk on. Since I didn't have an offer from A&T A&T, I was gonna have to walk on at the school. And that was my reason to go into this camp. When I got to the camp, I got some bad news though. Their roster was full and they weren't accepting any walk-ons until spring of my freshman year. I was already enrolled at A&T and there was nothing else I could do about it. And I had to go my entire fall semester without playing football. And this hurt because this was the first time I haven't played football. Every single fall semester since the first grade, I've been playing football. In my freshman year, I couldn't put on any gear. It's been almost 2 to 3 years since I've put on any football equipment. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you knew that I almost walked away from the sport. But I'm not letting something like that stop me. I know in my heart that God still has a plan with me through this sport. I'm gonna continue spreading the gospel through this sport, regardless of if I'm on the field or not. So we're gonna still keep posting football videos and we're not stopping. And now you guys know this is how God used football to save my life. And I truly hope this video inspires you guys to keep going on your journey. I tried to quit numerous times. I tried to quit recently, but y'all boys gotta keep pushing and keep going. Don't give up and remember who you powered by. I appreciate y'all boys for watching this video. Let me know if y'all wanna see more videos like this. I'll see y'all boys in the next one.